Okay, Dad. So what is your career and how long have you been at this job?
Okay, I'm a banker, and I have been a banker for about 26 years.
Okay. What kind of math is most important to know for your job? How is it important?
Okay, well, um, the math that I use is two things. I guess it's reviewing financial statements, so that's just basic addition, subtraction, and division. And other math that's used in markets, so calculating prices of securities, both equities and bonds.
Okay. And how often do you use this math?
I use
Uh,
the math every day.
and how does it contribute to your projects?
My projects mainly revolve around numbers, so it's important for me to use math every day because that's how my job is done.
Okay. What part of math is in your job is the most difficult?
What part of math? One of the hardest things for me to do initially when I was working with bonds more often is oftentimes bonds are quoted with fractions. So, for instance, 99 and a half, 99 and 3/4, 99 and 5/16. So you have to know you have to remember in your mind what 5/16 is equal to, so that you know converting um, fractions to decimals was one of the things that I had initially the most was hard for me to remember.
Okay. Does the math you use make your job easier or more complicated? Why?
I guess the math makes my job easier as long as you know what you're doing. And most of what I do isn't necessarily using a piece of paper and writing things down and just figuring out the math that way. Most of what we do is computer models on Excel spreadsheets.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you know how the math is done, how the functions are done, then you can make sense of what the answers are. Without knowing how, even if you're plugging numbers into a computer, you still need to know what those numbers are doing and what the answer means in the end.
Okay. Does the math you use make you? Oh wait, no, sorry. Do you look forward to using math in your day-to-day life?
Do I look forward to it? I guess using math in my everyday life is a reality. So I guess I just accept that I'm going to be using math every day.
Okay. Do you use calculators on your day-to-day life? Why not? Why or why not?
I use calculators every day. I use, like I said, computer spreadsheets. Basically, I use them to make things move more quickly. I could do things by hand, but the computer and the calculator make it more convenient.
So, does the math? Do you do the math yourself, or does a computer do it for you?
A mixture of both.
Okay. Um, do you enjoy the math you use?
Um, I understand it, so yeah, I guess I do enjoy it. But when I was in school, honestly, I didn't really like math. Really, it was not my favorite subject. I didn't necessarily find math particularly easy, so I worked hard at it. But at some point in time, things just kind of click, and you become more confident using it. So everybody that's sitting there wondering, am I ever going to use this stuff in real life? Chances are you really will use this stuff in real life.
Okay. Where did you go to college, and what was your major?
Okay. I went to college at the Catholic University of America, which is in Washington, D.C. My major was political science and English. I originally thought I might go to law school, but changed my mind and ended up going to business school. And I got my master's degree at Fordham University in New York City.
Okay. Are you? What math courses did you? Oh wait, what math courses did you take there?
I took one math class in college, but then when I went to graduate school, I needed to take more math because I hadn't had math in college. So I ended up taking calculus and statistics, which is pretty advanced math beyond algebra, when I went to business school. And a lot of other people didn't because they had already had that in college.
If you learn one thing in math that you never learned at your college or school, what would it be?
Could you ask the question one more time? Sorry.
If you were to learn one thing in math that you never learned at your college or school, what would it be?
Well, like I said, I needed to take more math when I went to get my master's degree. So, statistics and what statistics are actually something that is pretty valuable to learn. It's really how you take data from a big set and make sense out of it.
Okay.
So that's probably a concept of math that I hadn't had when I went to college that I definitely needed when I went to business school.
All right. Did you ever think that you would use math in your everyday life?
I did not think math would be as important to me as it actually is. And like I said, I didn't enjoy math when I was in high school. I didn't really take a lot of math in college because I didn't need to with my major. But I guess I'm surprised at now where I am, looking back as to where I was at 14 or 15, that I use a lot more math than I ever thought I would.
Okay.